the least she could give you? You said $2 million, I said get 2,500.
Shut the f*** up. All this wine. And go get you some money. Go do a drive-by.
Finesse2Tymes jumped on IG Live and snapped on Glorilla's sister, Scarface, after she blasted Glo online over family money. TMZ, Facebook, she aired it all out. Finesse wasn't having it, and when he revealed what really happened behind the scenes between Glorilla and her sister, the internet froze. Victoria puts Glorilla on blast. Before Finesse2Tymes even opened his mouth about any of this, the whole thing kicked off because of Victoria Woods. Victoria goes by Scarface on the internet. She is Glorilla's blood sister. Glorilla's government name is Gloria Hallelujah Woods. They came up together in Memphis, Tennessee. Same house, same struggle, same streets. And in early February 2026, Victoria decided she was done keeping quiet about how she felt. She hopped on Facebook and started posting heavy about Glorilla. She said Glorilla dipped on the whole family once she got her bread up. She said Glorilla straight up blocked their mama's number. She said Glorilla ghosted all 10 of their siblings. She said their mama is still punching the clock at FedEx. Victoria told the world that Glorilla doesn't care about her family and has been ignoring them for the past 4 years. She said, the person y'all see on TV and at these concerts is not who Glorilla is behind closed doors. Now those are her words. Those are the claims she's putting out there. She didn't slide in Glorilla's DMs. She didn't pick up the phone. She went straight to social media and aired it all out for the whole world to see, and then she took it even further. On February 5th, 2026, Victoria pulled up to TMZ Live for an interview. She sat down on camera and doubled down on every single thing she said. She told TMZ that Glorilla has an obligation to share the wealth. Then she put a number on it. She said $2,500 per family member would make things right. $2,500 apiece. That's the figure. She went on national television and said that with a straight face. While she was on that same interview, Victoria also called out claims Glorilla has made in the past about looking out for the family. Glorilla had said she helped their parents retire. Glorilla had said she blessed their pops with a Jaguar. Victoria said all of that was cap, straight up lies. She sat on TMZ and told the whole country that her sister was fronting about taking care of the family. So now, this whole thing is everywhere. TMZ ran with it. The Shade Room picked it up. It's all over Facebook, X, and TikTok. Everybody in the culture saw Victoria out here putting Glorilla's business in the streets. And that right there is the first domino that fell. Glorilla peeped it, and Glorilla responded. But she didn't do a whole essay. She didn't sit down for an interview. She hopped on Facebook and posted one word, Indeed.com. That's a job website. That was her whole answer to her sister asking for $2,500, go find a job, period. Glorilla also dropped a screenshot of text from their mama thanking her for all that you do and saying she doesn't take it for granted. Glorilla didn't need to write a paragraph. She let the receipts speak for themselves. Then, on February 6, 2026, Finesse2Tymes jumped in the mix. He went on Instagram Live. He didn't sugarcoat nothing. He went off on Victoria. He clowned her. He dragged her. He told her to stop begging and go get a bag. That live went crazy viral. Thousands of people tapped in. And just like that, what started as a family situation between two sisters turned into one of the biggest stories in hip-hop that whole week. Victoria wasn't about to take that lying down though. She came right back at Finesse. She went after his music. She went after his numbers. She went after the way he looks. She told him he had zero room to talk when every label had dropped him and he was only moving 5,000 to 6,000 units. She basically told him he's down bad too. And then, in the wildest twist of the whole situation, Tory Lanez, who is literally locked up right now, sent Victoria the $2,500 she asked for through Cash App. Victoria posted the screenshots and showed love. A rapper behind bars blessed Glorilla's sister with the exact bag she said she needed. And he did it just to prove a point. That's the full rundown. That's what went down. Victoria spoke. Glorilla clapped back. Finesse2Tymes went off. Victoria fired back. Tory Lanez slid the bread over, and the whole internet watched it pop off in real time. Now let's break this whole thing down piece by piece, because every part of this story got layers to it. And it starts with understanding why Victoria decided to take this public in the first place. The full rundown of Victoria's accusations. To really understand why Finesse2Tymes got in his bag about this and why the whole thing blew up the way it did, you gotta understand what Victoria actually said about Glorilla. Because this wasn't just one little post. This wasn't one quick interview. This was a full-on press run that Victoria executed across multiple platforms over multiple days. And the things she was saying hit different, not just for Glorilla, but for anybody watching who's ever had a complicated situation with their own people. Victoria's first round of posts went up on Facebook, where she she wrote long, emotional messages breaking down what her life has been like as Glorilla's sister. She painted a picture of a family that got left in the dust. She described a situation where Glorilla leveled all the way up, became one of the biggest female rappers out, secured the bag, stacked millions, and then, according to Victoria, cut off the very people she grew up with. Victoria said Glorilla blocked their own mama's phone number. She said Glorilla went ghost on all 10 siblings. She said their mama is still out there grinding at FedEx, pulling long shifts, while Glorilla is moving different, flying private, rocking sold-out venues, living life like the family doesn't exist. Now those are heavy charges to be throwing around on a public platform. We're talking about somebody going online and telling the entire world that their famous sister doesn't take care of their mama. That's not light. In the hood and in the culture especially, making sure your mama is straight is the #1 unwritten rule of making it out. When Victoria said Glorilla's mother is still working at FedEx, she was basically saying Glorilla violated the code, that she failed at the one thing everybody expects you to do when you get your money right. Victoria wrote that the public image folks see of Glorilla is not who she really is, that she doesn't care about her family and has been happily ignoring them for 4 years. 4 years. That's basically the whole run of Glorilla's mainstream career. Victoria was saying that from the moment Glorilla blew up, the family got left on read permanently. But Victoria didn't just leave it at Facebook posts. She turned the heat up even more by pulling up to TMZ Live on February 5th, 2026. Going on TMZ is a whole different level. TMZ is not some hip-hop blog. TMZ is mainstream entertainment news that reaches everybody. Your mama, your co-workers, people who don't even listen to rap. When you go on TMZ, you're making sure the whole world hears your business. And Victoria used that platform to lay out a very specific demand. She said Glorilla has an obligation to share her wealth with the family, and she put the exact dollar amount out there, $2,500 per family member. That number became the main talking point of the entire story, $2,500. To some people tuned in, that sounded like a humble ask from a family member who's just trying to get by and needs a little help. To other people, it sounded like straight up entitlement, somebody thinking they deserve a cut of someone else's earnings just because they share the same last name. Either way, it gave everybody a specific number to debate about, and that's exactly what happened. Victoria also came for specific claims Glorilla has made publicly. Glorilla has gone on record saying she helped her parents retire and that she copped their father a Jaguar. Victoria said that was all cap. She said Glorilla made up her generosity for the cameras while the family was still struggling on the low. That's a direct shot at Glorilla's whole image. Victoria was basically telling the world that Glorilla is capping, that the whole "I take care of my people" persona is completely fabricated. The Shade Room ran with it. The Daily Mail ran with it. Yahoo Entertainment ran with it. iHeart radio stations ran with it. It was all over the place. Victoria's Facebook posts and TMZ sit-down made sure of that. And while all of this was going down, folks on social media were already picking sides. On X, some people rode with Victoria, saying somebody sitting on the kind of bread Glorilla has should absolutely be able to throw the family $2,500 without even blinking. Others called Victoria a hater, said she was moving like a grifter, trying to guilt trip her way into Glorilla's pockets. The whole conversation about whether your people are entitled to your bag just because y'all share blood was officially in full swing. What's important to clock here is that Victoria had been building up to this for a minute. This wasn't no spur-of-the-moment outburst. This was something that had been festering for years, by her own words. She said 4 years of getting ignored, 4 years of watching her sister become a household name while the rest of the family stayed in the same spot. Whether you believe Victoria's version or not, it's clear this was premeditated. She posted on Facebook first, then she pulled up to TMZ. She had the dollar amount ready. She had specific claims locked and loaded to dispute. This was a coordinated move to put Glorilla on the spot in front of the whole world, and it worked, because Glorilla responded. And then Finesse2Tymes responded, and the whole thing snowballed from there. Glorilla fires back. Once Victoria's accusations started making the rounds across every platform in existence, the spotlight swung right to Glorilla. Everybody and their mama was waiting to see how she would handle this. Would she address her sister's claims head on? Would she hop on live and spill her side of things? Would she do her own interview and break down every single thing Victoria said, piece by piece? She did none of that. Glorilla's first move was short, cold, and absolutely ruthless. That response told everybody exactly where her head is at with this whole situation situation. She's not about to sit here and have some long, drawn-out public beef with her own sister about whether or not she owes anybody a dime. In Glorilla's mind, the answer is real simple. If you need $20,500, go to Indeed.com and figure it out yourself. It was an ice-cold clapback, and it sent a clear message that Glorilla was not about to fold under public pressure and start playing the guilty rich sister. But Glorilla wasn't completely done after that one post. She also dropped a screenshot of text messages from their mama. The text showed their mom telling Glorilla thank you for all that you do and saying she doesn't take it for granted. That was a power move from Glorilla because Victoria's whole case was built on the idea that Glorilla abandoned the family and left their mother out to dry. But here's their own mama, in her own words, showing Glorilla love and appreciation. That screenshot did more damage to Victoria's whole narrative than any interview or statement ever could. Glorilla also reportedly changed her profile picture to an image of someone at FedEx, a slick reference to Victoria's claim about their mama still working there. And she put the word out that fans should report Victoria's Facebook page, even offering Cash App bread to people who did it. Petty or justified, that depends on where you stand. But one thing is crystal clear. Glorilla made it known she was not about to entertain her sister's public complaints. She chose violence, the social media kind. And then, on February 6, 2026, somebody else decided to step into the ring. Somebody who has absolutely zero connection to the Woods family. Somebody who was just watching the whole circus unfold online and felt like he had something to say about it. Finesse2Tymes hopped on Instagram Live, and what came out of his mouth made Victoria's TMZ interview look like a polite Sunday dinner conversation. Finesse2Tymes, whose government name is Ricky Hampton Jr., is a Memphis rapper who has been through his own well-documented trials and tribulations with fame, family, and the music industry. He did time behind bars. He's had ongoing issues with his own blood, including his brother No Love. He's been cut loose by record labels and has struggled to move units, reportedly only pushing 5,000 to 6,000 copies. And yet, on this particular day, he felt compelled to tell Victoria exactly what he thought about her going on TMZ with her hand out. He started the live by speaking on his own pain and his own trust issues. You could hear the frustration dripping from his voice before he even brought Victoria into it.
And then motherfuckers be wondering why I be so traumatized and don't people. Because it's people that I with, that I gave my trust and my faith to and my all to, and they still shitted on me, dawg.
That was the opening. He was already heated. He was already in a real raw, unfiltered headspace. He was talking about feeling burnt by people he showed love to and held down. And then he turned his attention straight to Victoria.
And then you got motherfuckers like Glorilla's sister. I'ma say it again, bitch. I'm only mad because you speaking on your family.
That was the turning point right there. He said the reason he was tight wasn't because Victoria was asking for money. It was because she was doing it in front of everybody. She was putting the family's dirty laundry out in the streets for the whole world to see. And that's what set Finesse all the way off. Because in his mind, and he said this plain as day, family business is supposed to stay in the family. You don't take that to TMZ. You don't put that on Facebook. You handle that behind closed doors.
At the end of the day, that's your family. Get off your ass and go make some sense of yourself. Get off your ass and go do something for your self, bitch.
He told her the same thing Glorilla told her, just way louder and way more disrespectful. Stop asking, stop begging, get up and go get it on your own. But Finesse didn't cap it off there. He went way further than anybody expected him to go. Finesse's full rant. What Finesse2Tymes said on that Instagram Live goes way beyond your typical celebrity hot take on somebody else's drama. This wasn't some rapper casually weighing in on a trending topic from his couch. This was a full-blown, minutes-long verbal assault directed at a woman he doesn't even know personally, about a family situation he has absolutely no direct involvement in. And the sheer intensity of what he said is what made that video go crazy viral across every corner of the internet. After he told Victoria to get up off her backside and go make something happen for herself, Finesse kept turning the heat up. He started going at her directly with insults that were designed to embarrass and humiliate her in front of thousands of people watching in real time.
You tilapia corner stove.
He called her a cheap fish. Now that might sound wild reading it on a screen, but in the context of a live stream with racks of viewers tapped in, calling somebody tilapia and corner store is the type of bar that becomes a meme within minutes, and that's exactly what popped off. Those two words, you tilapia, spread across social media like wildfire. People were quoting it in the comments, making edits with it, turning it into punchlines. It became one of the most quotable lines from the entire rant. Hood Twitter had a field day, but the content of what Finesse was saying got way darker than just clowning on her. He went on to suggest extreme and disturbing ways Victoria could go get a bag, telling her she should go sell herself at truck stops, go commit crimes, and even go as far as catching a body, all framed as options that were better than going on TMZ and begging your sister for $2,500. He said all of this without flinching, without breaking, and without any indication that he felt like he had gone too far. In his mind, he was making a point. There's a million hustles out here on these streets, and going on national television to beg your famous sister for a couple racks is the most pathetic play you could make. He told her that she had never done anything to make something of herself, that she's not a singer, not a rapper, not an artist in any capacity, and that the only options she had left were to go find some kind of regular work and stop looking for handouts. And the way he delivered it wasn't like a big homie trying to put game down. It was straight disrespect. He was trying to make Victoria feel as small and as worthless as possible for what she did. No encouragement, no compassion, just pure aggression. Then Finesse switched it up and went into something that threw everybody off. He tried to use nature as some kind of analogy for why Victoria's behavior was so out of pocket.
A male tiger and a male tiger know not to each other. A male gorilla and a male gorilla know not to each other. So you telling me that animals know better and you don't know better? You a fucking human being and you know better than animals.
Now the logic on this one is all over the place. He was trying to say something about instinct and basic common sense. The idea being that even animals out in the wild know there's certain things you just don't do, and yet Victoria, a whole human being with a functioning brain, couldn't figure out that putting your sister on blast on national TV is some foul behavior. It's a wild metaphor that doesn't quite land the way he wanted it to, but in the heat of the moment, on a live stream with his adrenaline going and thousands of people watching, Finesse wasn't worried about whether his bars were making perfect logical sense. He was worried about going as hard as humanly possible, and he still wasn't done. He kept going and put the blame for Victoria's entire situation squarely on her own shoulders.
It's your fault. You made the wrong decision in life and you want to blame it on it.
In Finesse's eyes, this whole thing came down to accountability. Victoria made her choices. Victoria ended up where she ended up, and instead of owning those L's and figuring out how to boss up, she went on television and pointed the finger at her famous sister for not saving her. That was Finesse's whole thesis, that Victoria is a grown woman who is responsible for her own situation, and the idea that Glorilla owes her bread just because they share the same blood is straight up bogus. Then he went at Victoria's media appearances directly, telling the whole internet he doesn't want any more outlets giving her a platform to run her mouth.
I hope don't nobody else interview you. You stinky hoe. You stinky hoe. I hope don't nobody else interview you. You do-rag. You stony set it off. I don't give a fuck you bald head hoe. I don't give a if you eat 1,000 roaches. You're gonna miss your blessings.
That last part, you're going to miss your blessings, is the one that actually stuck with a lot of people who were tuned in. Because underneath all the cussing and the name calling and the over-the-top delivery, there was something real buried in there. The idea that when you spend your time publicly dragging your own blood through the mud, you're blocking your own blessings. You're pushing away the very come-up that could be heading your way. A lot of folks in the comments agreed with that message, even if they thought the way Finesse delivered it was way too aggressive and way too disrespectful. But probably the most telling moment of the entire rant came when Finesse made it clear that he was not riding for Glorilla.
I'm not taking up for Glorilla. I'm not taking up for Glorilla. Listen, I'm not taking up for Glorilla. I'm gonna tell you why I ain't taking up for Glorilla.
He said it over and over again. He was not on Glorilla's team. He made that abundantly clear. He then broke down that when people from his own circle went public with similar accusations against him, when folks from his own life aired him out for the world to see, the entire culture turned on him. Nobody had his back. Rappers, people with platforms, everybody beat him to the floor, in his own words. So his position wasn't pro-Glorilla. His position was anti-airing out your family. He was heated about the act of snitching on your own people publicly, not loyal to Glorilla as a person. That distinction matters heavy for understanding why Finesse went that hard. This wasn't about Glorilla at all. For him, this was about Finesse seeing his own trauma reflected in somebody else's situation and reacting from a deeply personal place. He felt like Victoria was doing the exact same thing to Glorilla that folks had done to him, and he wanted to call it out at maximum volume. Victoria claps back. After Finesse2Tymes' rant went viral, most people figured Victoria was either going to go quiet or fold under the weight of all the smoke coming her way from every direction. Thousands of people were in Finesse's comments, cooking her. Meme pages were turning her into a whole joke. Commentary channels were breaking down the rant clip by clip. The entire internet was having a laugh at her expense, and it didn't look like it was going to let up anytime soon. But Victoria did not go quiet. She came right back with that same energy, and she aimed every single shot at Finesse2Tymes' head. In a response video, Victoria went straight for Finesse's neck, targeting his career, his appearance, and his whole financial situation. She went for the one thing Finesse is most sensitive about, the one thing that hits home the hardest, his numbers. Victoria said Finesse had absolutely no room to talk about her when every label had dropped him, and he was only pushing 5,000 to 6,000 units. She straight up told him they were in the same boat when it came to bread. That's a devastating bar to throw at a rapper who's been trying to rebuild his career and get his name back popping. She was basically telling him he's just as down bad as she is, except he's out here fronting like he's not. She also flipped his insult about selling her body right back at him, going at his physical appearance and telling him he's the one with the biggest booty and he should be the one out there selling something. It was a raw response to a raw attack, and it landed with a certain crowd who felt like Finesse had crossed way too many lines and needed to get checked for it. In the live stream captured in the first video, Victoria also came for Finesse's career trajectory with a specific observation that was actually pretty sharp.
You go from an artist to a comedian. Is it because of the labels? How the fuck you go from an artist to a comedian? Your bio says comedian.
She was pointing out that Finesse's social media bio apparently listed him as a comedian instead of an artist, suggesting that his rap career had fallen off so bad he couldn't even call himself a rapper no more. Whether that's 100% accurate or not, it was a smart angle because it questioned the whole foundation from which Finesse was trying to come at her. How you gonna lecture somebody about getting their bag together when your own bio doesn't even say artist anymore? Victoria also addressed the $2,500 request head on. In the live stream, she spoke on the amount and pushed back against anybody clowning her for it.
Why you say 2,500? Cause that's the least she could give. You said 2 million, I said get 2,500. Cause you know what? I can make the dope stretch. That's why. Give me 2,500. Let me get 2 loans to show you how I make the dope stretch.
She was saying that $2,500 is a modest amount, not some greedy demand, and that she knows how to flip it and stretch it to make it last. In her mind, she wasn't asking for the world. She was asking for something small that could go a long way if she handled it right. She knows how to make a little go far, and she wanted people to understand that. Victoria didn't just come for Finesse, though. She also directed her frustration at Glorilla and their other siblings for not riding with her in the situation.
Why you ain't take care of your mama? You just like Gloria, bitch. You just like Gloria, ho.
She was putting Finesse in the same category as Glorilla, saying he's another person who neglects the people closest to him. And she also came for Finesse's own family dynamics, bringing up his siblings and saying she was about to link up with his sister.
Oh, and I'm prepared to go to war with your ho. And matter of fact, I'm gonna link up with your sister too, ho. I'm gonna link up with your sister.
That line about linking up with Finesse's sister was a direct threat to bring his family drama into the conversation. The same move she pulled on Glorilla. She was basically saying, you want to talk about my family? Bet. Let's talk about yours then. She was making it clear that if you come for her, she's going to dig into your situation too. Now, the commentator from one of the YouTube reaction videos covering Victoria's response made a real solid observation about where things stand now. He pointed out that Victoria's public approach might have permanently torched any chance she had of fixing things with Glorilla.
Look, Scarface, you done already burnt your bridge, man. I'm gonna keep it clean. You done already burnt your bridge. You might as well start your Twitch up, start your Twitch, start your YouTube channel, get all your social medias. Go live from your own platform. You won't be monetized right away, but you'll be there within a week. if you just keep going, because your name, this is a whole algorithm right now.
That commentator was saying what a lot of people in the audience were already thinking. Victoria has burned that bridge with Glorilla all the way down to ashes by doing all of this publicly. There's no coming back from a TMZ interview and Facebook post calling your sister a fraud. That ship has sailed. So the smartest play Victoria can make right now is to capitalize on the attention she's getting. Start a Twitch channel, launch a YouTube, build her own platform, and flip this controversy into something that actually puts money in her pocket, because the one thing Victoria has right now that she didn't have a week ago is clout. Her name is buzzing. The algorithm is feeding her, and if she's smart about it, she can turn that wave into something that actually sustains her financially. And then came the plot twist that absolutely nobody saw coming. Tory Lanez, the rapper who is literally sitting behind bars right now, sent Victoria the $2,500 she asked for. He sent it through Cash App. Victoria posted the screenshots showing the payment and showed him love publicly. A rapper doing time in prison blessed Glorilla's sister with the exact bag she said she needed, and he did it before Glorilla, or anybody in Glorilla's camp did. The symbolism of that move was not lost on a single person watching. Whether Tory did it out of genuine love, to get his name in the headlines, or to take a slick shot at Glorilla, it doesn't matter. What matters is how it looked to the public. It looked like a whole convicted felon cared more about Victoria's situation than her own flesh and blood, and that became its own separate conversation in the comments and across social media. People were saying things like, Tory really did more for Glow's sister from behind bars than Glow did from her mansion. Whether that's fair or not is debatable, but the optics were tough for Glorilla regardless. Public reaction across the board was split right down the middle. On one side, you had folks riding with Glorilla for protecting her peace, saying that blood doesn't give anybody the right to somebody else's bank account, and that Victoria was moving like an entitled, jealous sibling trying to eat off her sister's plate. On the other side, people said Finesse went way too far in that rant, and that nobody, regardless of what Victoria did, deserved to get spoken to like that in front of thousands of people on the internet. People also clocked the irony of Finesse being the one to school Victoria about family loyalty and personal responsibility. His own mother put him on blast for neglecting the family back in 2025, and his beef with his own brother No Love has been public for years, with No Love saying the exact same things about Finesse not taking care of his people. Basically the same accusations Victoria was making against Glorilla. So for Finesse to position himself as the authority on how family members should carry themselves struck a lot of people as big-time hypocritical. You can't lecture somebody about airing out family business when your own family has been airing you out for years. So think about it. When success comes fast, who's actually entitled to it? And should family support be automatic, or should it actually be earned? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. For more videos like this, click on this next card on your screen.